And on the phone with us this morning to talk about the recent relaxation, if you will, of the guidelines that conduct who's open and who's not in our community is Yakima County Commissioner Vicki Baker. And Vicki, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I had someone ask me, what's going on with the dribbling it out reopening? Are we in a different phase or aren't we? And I guess my response to them was, at last report, we were sort of like locked in the state in phases. We weren't making changes, and yet things were moving within our zone here. How would you describe what zone we're in and what we can expect going forward?
Yeah, that is a great question, and it is really a frustrating one. So we are still in modified phase one because the governor has refused to change phases anymore. And then we've been stuck in with the inability to move forward in a phase. So what I've been doing is just trying to get phase two guidance accepted into that phase one as much as I can for all the different activities that I can get approved. So I push on lots of different things. There's lots of things on the table. A couple of weeks ago, I called in and talked to you guys about the three things I was working on at that time. And to give you some hope, perhaps, we were able to get two of those done since then.
Right.
So when I called in, I was talking about fitness, ag tourism, and church, getting phase two guidance, and we got two of those completed. But the only reason why it happened, I want you guys to know, is because I got a lot of support from all of your listeners and from other people calling and writing to the governor's office. I need help with that,
Sure.
which is why I wanted to call today and let you know I'm mobilizing the churches. The churches elders are writing in, people are calling in. We have to have a lot of people do that, and when we do, we get the pressure that we need in order to get another thing done. So we really want the churches to go to phase two.
So basically,
So
we want to
duplicate.
We want to duplicate the effort that you and Romero sort of put together.
Yeah,
in terms of getting fitness areas open. So it's kind of like hey, it worked once, let's do her again, right?
Right, and that's what I've been doing since May. It's
Well, yeah, I mean,
frustrating and it's taking forever.
If anybody has had a collection of here's our plans, here's our protocols, here's what we want to do. I mean, you guys have been sort of bouncing that back and forth with Olympia for months now, right?
Exactly, and it's a challenge because we're dealing with health officials. So I sit in a meeting with a lot of doctors and physicians and public health people who are interested in the most careful thing they can do. They want to be really, really careful and cautious, and I don't want to do anything unsafe, of course. We want to have what makes sense for our community. So our numbers are low, and the reason why I called is because I heard some frustration from Mark when he called in earlier, and I am frustrated too. Our numbers are low. This is the crazy thing, we still don't qualify for phase two guidance according to that risk assessment dashboard. We were supposed to have like 5 cases a day in order for us to qualify. We're still so safe right now, though, and we are still in the middle of our harvest. We're doing a lot of essential activities. We are open a lot in here, and we're still doing fine. We haven't seen any huge spikes in cases or anything like that. So,
point being, we are out and milling around and in contact, and the numbers aren't going up. So why don't we qualify?
14 people are hospitalized. We got 12,122 cases, 232 deaths. That doesn't really move much. We got 11,197 people who've recovered, 12,122. We don't have very many active cases. This is crazy. Why do you think?
Right.
Why do you think he's not moving any of the phases at this point? Why?
Well,
your honest answer. What do you think is the problem?
I think we are doing well here in Yakima, and I just want to reiterate. We're extremely successful here. We went from the worst on the West Coast to doing some of the best work in the entire state. We keep getting called out in meetings as, look at Yakima County, how great they're doing. Commissioners in other counties are calling me. What did you guys do? That this is great. Other counties are not doing as well, and they are more open than we are.
And therein lies the problem, right? And therein lies the problem,
exactly.
Right?
That's right. So I think that's the reason. I think there's a recognition that they opened up a lot of places. They didn't do it as well as we did. And so now we got to wait. We're pausing. I don't know if there's politics. That's not really, I'm not the decider on whether there's politics there or not. I'm just trying to stay in my lane and push where I can, get what I can get done.
I'm happy to throw out a political line or two for you. you know, you don't have to worry about that. I got to ask you a separate question. All right. So first of all, if you attend a church in the Valley, talk to your local pastor, minister, whomever, and help get yourself and others organized to get this thing rolling. Right. Right.
Yeah, I would think if elders are organizing people, the person that we want you to contact is Salvador Salazar. I think I gave you his email address. He is the Central Washington representative of the governor's office. Having a lot of messages go to him helps everybody see over in Olympia that we have a lot of support for this phase 2 for churches. I think our legislators are very supportive. I've talked to lots of them. So we just need to all pull together and push now.
All right. I got to ask you about a separate question. Today in the Yakima Herald Republic, they tell your stories. In-person school may soon be in session. Have you heard anything about that? Do you guys have an official position on that? Where does the county stand on school in session?
Well, this is the interesting thing about schools. So every single thing that we have had as far as a decision of an opening of a business or a sector has been decided at the state level so far. Schools are the only thing that was given local control. So those decisions rest in the superintendent's offices. And so if your kid is wanting to get into school, it's a local decision. So and the county health district here has been working. All the plans are in place, but those decisions, in order to actually open the doors, those are going to happen in the superintendent's offices.
So it's a matter of, say you're a Gilbert school parent, where my wife taught a couple years ago. All Gilbert parents should say, look, we want our school open, and we need to deal with Superintendent Green and get about the biz of applying some sort of social media pressure or whatever it is that you can do, right?
Well, I think in the cases of the schools, I think they're probably hearing a lot. I know parents who are unable to work right now are home with their kids, and that's really hard. It's extremely difficult on single parents, who have a job. This is a really tough thing. I think they are hearing. It never hurts to tell them more, but I do think that they have plans in place to open. Their plans that I've seen have been responsible. I'm totally supportive of that, and all the people who are calling me because they need to get back to work. So you've got my support.
What I've heard is this, Lance, and I don't know if you've seen this or not, but at Thanksgiving, everybody's going to have turkey dinner, and all the kids are going to bring the wishbones to their school. And they're going to line up.
Yeah, you'll need that.
Open up and don't open up, and then everybody will do one giant wishbone pull at the same time, and whichever side has the most largest portion of the wishbone, they get what they want.
That's pretty much where we're at.
That was an Inslee idea, and quite frankly, I find it fascinating. Okay, enough nonsense. It was funny, though. Vicki Baker, anything else you need to add? Working on churches. I had some success with ag tourism. We are slowly dragging our openings out of the system, even though the system itself isn't moving. And that's kind of where we sit. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, exactly. And just know that there's a recognition that weather is coming. It's going to get cold. We can't do things outdoors. So I'm anything that's being done outside right now that can't be done when it's cold is on the table. There's a lot of things that we're talking about pushing forward on, and I can just stay in contact with you on that. But this week, I really need to push on churches. I think we have a chance at that.